you can sell it to somebody so that you get 10 shillings. So I would sell my bread in school so that I get 10 shillings. But how many Sundays do we have in a town? So I would hope that we have 12 Sundays, enough for me to get 120 shillings.
Oh my God.
Or just 100 to get me to town.
You truly never know people until you take the time out to get to know people. We're listening to Ciddy's story. Yeah, 2003 was a crazy year.
Yeah.
For your life. Very formidable. But 2004, you begin high school.
High school. I'm now in high school. I remember the shopping for boarding school. Now I'm going to boarding school, right? You know, the metallic box. I had a blue metallic box.
The standard one.
The standard blue metallic box. Mine was bigger, actually. Don't know why it was big, because my shopping was not, but
the bag was.
the box was. I remember shopping with my mom, going to the main street. We have, I think it's Kenyatta Avenue in Nakuru, the main street, where we only had 2 uniform shops, you know, major uniform shops, getting my uniform and everything. And now I'm going to boarding school. Super excited. I super scared as well, because I haven't lived in an environment outside home.
Yes. This is the first time you're going to...
This is the first time. And it's supposed to teach me responsibility, right? So I remember my reporting day. My mom being my mom, we order matatus were on strike, the public transport. That day they were on strike. So my mom had to get a taxi. Back then we didn't have this taxi that you would call by app. Back then
there was no Uber.
There was no Uber, no Bolt. It was just you would have to call a guy who knows a guy who has a taxi's number to come and get you. Came all the way home, and I went with a taxi all the way to school, right? Remember in my kindergarten I was going with a bicycle at the back of my dad's bicycle, but now we're going in the cab. I remember getting to Arodi, which is in Solai, a very semi-arid area, a very super hot, like very hot days, cold nights kind of environment. And this nice heaven. It was such a beautiful school in the middle of this wilderness, right? Operated by Mexican sisters. Yes, Mexican Catholic sisters. And huge compound, huge school compound. I didn't know why it was huge. I knew later. And you know, going to school, and the school didn't have any. You only needed the basics, because it was a convent school. What happened was that they would standardize everything that you get for school, including what jacket to wear from, how to tie your hair, right? But I didn't have hair, so I had short hair, like studies only. Get rid of the hair. And because I didn't also want to deal with maintenance and everything, so I just had short hair. But the rest of the people was that no matter your background or religion, when you're in school, this is how you dress. This is our standard for everything. And there was no extras. There was no, you come with an extra or a fancy smelling soap. No. There was no coming with like fancy lotions. No. Body lotion was just minimum, keep it to a minimum. There was no fancy like perfumes or deodorants. No, it was very basic to standardize everyone. Whether you come from a well-to-do family or not well-to-do family, you're all equal here. So that was the standard there, and I loved it. I actually loved it because there's no struggling to fit in.
Yes.
We are all in the same. There's no ABC anymore, right?
Yeah, I like that.
We are all in the same environment. My first year, term one now is learning. Now I'm changing, and there'll constantly be changes, because remember, from kindergarten to primary school, I was trying to figure it out. Then lower primary to upper primary, I'm trying to figure out the system. Now I'm also trying to figure out the system in Form 1.
I get.
Yes. Now the teacher is not telling me when to study.
And also boarding.
And boarding, yes. And boarding. Day one, actually. Remember, we came with a cab, right?
Yeah.
And my mom had, she always loved, because she's a food person, she's in the food business, right? She would always tell you, eat this, eat that. And she had packed some fries and soda and everything for me. But when I got to school, I was like, I don't want to eat that. I'm full. And when they check your stuff first, it's inspected if it's to the standard. And then you're given a school ma'am, who is somebody in the upper forms, like Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, who is supposed to take care of you while you're in school, to show you around. While I'm being shown around, I go to the dining hall. And they had cooked githeri, right? Githeri is a mixture of beans and maize. And I was given my blue bowl. It was number 29, 329, and my blue lid and my blue cup. And we were told to carry one spoon. So I had my spoon from home. The spoon will always stay in your pocket.
For real?
Yes. So, and then I go receive my first meal, because we had come to the school very early, and my mom was still in the headmistress office. And she was trying fees and everything. She was sorting things out, administration, while I'm being shown around. And now I've been taken to the dining hall. And then I was served my first serving of githeri, and first of all, I'm wondering, why does it have a gray kind of soup? And I went to take my first biting, and I'm like, is that weevil?
Oh my God.
Yes, it had like the black weevils, right?
Yeah.
And I go like this, and we're told you're not supposed to pour food, you're not supposed to waste. There's zero waste policy, but I can't take it. Then I remembered, wait, in the car,
There's some chips.
there's some chips and soda. So I quickly just go and I threw it in the garden. I'm so sorry to say this, but I threw it in the garden. And then I quickly remember the dining was up the hill on the other side. It was almost like a 5 minutes walk to the main administration. So I ran very fast to go back and to tell my mom, hey, can I eat my fries and chips before you go? My chips and soda before you go. And Richie, I ran very fast. I got to the front of the headmistress office, and the car is not there. My mom had left with my fries and soda. I was heartbroken. I was devastated.
Yeah.
Welcome to high school.
The beginning.
That was the beginning of high school.
Yeah.
And I was already told the menu. Every day for lunch is githeri. And every day for dinner is ugali and kales. mboga, right? Ugali and kales. And that's it. Every day.
And for breakfast?
Breakfast is tea, right? Breakfast is tea. And then you have also tea break at 11. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, you get porridge in the morning. And Saturdays evening, you get meat. And I was like, yay, at least there's meat. My first Saturday, I got a piece of meat that was this big, and it was just one. I was happy, but I was hungry. So my first week of high school, I'm going through shock.
Welcome.
Welcome to high school. Then, go take my things to the dormitory, see around, and I'm super excited. I've been looking forward to living. It's like living alone. Like, this. I'm doing this by myself.
Yeah.
I feel so proud. So I'm like, how will I wake up without being told to wake up? Like, how will I know things? You figure it out as you go. There were so many rules. We had so many rules. And
Mass.
yes, but Mass was Sundays because we didn't have a church within the school back then. Now it's there, so they have daily masses, but we didn't have. But there were rules there was a time for everything within the school. Time for breakfast is time for breakfast. Time for cleaning is time for cleaning. Time for reading is time for reading, but you cannot take your books to their sleeping area because that's time for sleeping. Time for sleeping is not time to wash your uniform. So there was just so much order. From that, there was a lot of order and when to do things.
Systematic.
It's very systematic, very systematic. It was almost military, like I remember when you sleep, you have to make sure that your skirt, your shirt, your socks, and your soap and face towel, and then your shoes are brushed and ready for the next day next to you.
Wow.
Yes, on top of your metallic box. They are arranged there. The matron would come to inspect if you're ready for the next day. So it was that order, very, very systematic. So yeah, I think it gave me a lot of order. And it gave me, before I used to do things very slowly. But then I'm in this school where everything is timed. It didn't have electricity. We used to have a generator, and the generator would turn on at specific time, turn off at specific time. And when it turns off,
You better finished.
You're in bed. Not you're roaming around, not you're chatting with your friends. You're in bed, asleep. Remember my blue bell and the lid and the cup?
Yeah.
That blue ball, lid and cup dictated which table you will sit at for the rest of your high school life.
Wow.
And which position. So I went and sat at one spot, and that was my spot for the rest of high school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All years?
All years. Throughout, while I was still at returning, that was it. And we had rows. Remember, I'm coming from Kaloleni where we're living in rows. The houses are in rows. But now the dining hall is also in rows. So we had row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Row 1 was blue. We had orange, green, and what was the other color? There was one more color. I don't remember because it was far away. And we were not allowed to roam around when it's meal times. We were not allowed to chat or to laugh. It was all about you're here to eat, you sit, you come first, you pray. The prayer is at the top of the dining hall, and then you sit in your spot with your bowl, cup, and lid. You eat. Once you're done, you go clean your bowl, cup, and lid, and you come and you arrange it in front and you cover with the cup. Nicely done. If not, you get a punishment.
Christian
That's the
military.
level of order. That's the level of order. Shock. The shock is still hitting me. Form 1 academics, first term, I'm figuring out how to do my extra reading. Because this is boarding school, right? It's not like you're going back home and you're being told it's time to do your homework. No. Read when you want. If you don't want to read,
It's on you.
it's on you. So there's no one to monitor you. So I had to develop a routine, a system of what time do I read? What do I read actually? Because I have this whole free time from 5 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. when it's time to go to sleep for reading. So what
And it was
do I
optional.
read?
You could do whatever you want at that time.
Not whatever you want, but you can choose to read or not. But you have to be in that class.
Okay.
You can
okay.
you can sit there and sleep. Or sit there and just stare at the abyss.
I get it.
Or sit there and read. But nobody will come and tell you today, read biology, and then tomorrow do chemistry, and then the next day it's mathematics, and that
I
order,
get it.
no one tells you. It's you to figure it out. So I had to quickly figure out, how do I revise? How do I read extra? How do I know what's next, what's coming next? How do I arrange all these 12, there were I think 12 lessons, 12 different subjects that you're doing at this point, and it's a lot. So my term one, I don't remember doing well. I think I was number 3. Yeah.
That's not doing well in your books, eh?
Yeah, right. And I remember there was this girl beat me in term 1, and I was like, never again. So term 1, went through it, but term 2 and 3, Richie, I was top. We used to also have certain times when the teacher would just come and would say, books away, it's exam.
Oh, for real?
Surprise ones, right? And I would hit everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so year 1 of high school, I remember towards the end of, after term 2, term 3 now, come term 3, there was a time the teacher came to class Friday evening, read out names. So I just had Ciddy, Arodi, da-da-da. Tomorrow you're going home.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I'm in boarding school. What do you mean I'm going home? Like, it's not, we don't have midterms. We never had midterms. We had visiting days where your family would come and visit you, but not you going home, right?
There's no midterm?
No.
Wow.
There was no midterm. It was your visiting day.
So you're there for 3 months?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. No, there was no disruption of your school life. That's how the
Catholic system works.
Yes. There's no disruption, because going home and then coming back and then you adjusting, it's just too much. So it's 3 months, and then you go home for the 1 month break, and then you come back, right? So I'm trying to find out, why are we going home? And I'm told, it's because you've not paid your fees.
Wow.
And it hit me. Like, wait, we ran dry.
Oh, man. And that's a thing that your dad had in lock.
Yeah.
It's a thing that you had never experienced before.
I'd never experienced. Remember, he was the planner. He was the organizer. He would pay rent up to even 5 months in advance.
Wow.
He would do things in advance. He would plan for school openings in advance. So this is weird for me. And I broke down. I cried in my dormitory that night. I cried. Because, like, what do you mean I'm going home? What am I going home to do?
And at this time, you're the top student in the stream.
Top student. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we had 2 streams now. Now I've upgraded a little bit. Two streams, west and south. And I was in Form 1 South. And I'm being told to go home. And I broke down. I really broke down in bed alone because, I don't want anybody to see me. And I was like, okay, so what am I going to do home? Because I know there's nothing at home, right? There's nothing. My mom was just holding on. And the last, she had spent on this whole transition into school. She had made sure, my mom she's such amazing. She had made sure at least I get in school and in a good school, right? So, I'm being sent home. This is, I believe it was right before the exams. They were very strategic as well in how they do it so that you have the urgency to
come back.
To come back, right? But I'm like, so what happens to my exams? Like I have to, for me, I'm focusing on, I have to do well in my exams. So it's a struggle. I remember I didn't even go home. I went to the market because my mom was always in the market, right? And when you get to the gate used to be closed at 11 a.m. I don't know why they used to close the gates to the market. And I would stand at the gate and then somebody will tell my mom, hey, I see your child at the gate. And then she would come for me. Because she had access to go in and out because she was just a businesswoman within and not like somebody coming to buy stuff, right? So I went to her and she was like, you're here. Come, eat. You know how she's
excited
to see me.
You're like, Mom, we have bigger fish to fry.
For me, I'm focusing on, I need to go back and prepare and read for my exam. You want me to have tea and bread? Okay, I'll have tea and bread because I miss it. I haven't had this in a long time. But I have to go back to school. And I remember that first year was a struggle. There was in and out because I wouldn't get the full amount. I would get an amount good enough to get back to school, right? So there was in and out.
So your name now got called more often?
Yeah, I even got used to it now. First one hit me.
For real?
And the next ones were like, at least I get to go and eat chips in town.
And what was fees like?
Fees was high. It was 20. I believe it was around 27,000.
Yeah, it's not the 300 shillings.
Tell me about it. From our
free education.
Free education in primary school, right? So it was high.
And they didn't make an exception for you because of your.
Remember, I'm new. I'm in Form 1, right? But I'm smashing it. I'm hitting hundreds, by the way.
For real?
Even surprised that I'm hitting hundreds. I'm leaving nothing to spare.
So what?
I'm hitting 100 marks.
Okay,
yes.
I just want to understand this. Was it you're naturally smart, and yes, I do feel that there's some of that. But this discipline in terms of your routine, what were you doing?
When I just joined Form 1, I noticed, remember this habit of them, I noticed there was a girl who was always the number 1 in Form 4 back then. And every time after dinner, she would not be chatting or just anywhere. I noticed she used to go somewhere behind the lab, sit and read. And I just started doing that.
What?
I just started doing that. So we would be the two of us, but we're not talking to each other. No.
Yeah.
So she's seated there, and I'm seated here.
And you in Form 1?
I'm in Form 1, yeah.
How she's in Form 4?
She was in Form 4, yes. Because there was a lot of time to spare between dinner and recess time when we go back to when we go back to classes. So there was a lot of time, and mainly it was during cleaning time and people are doing cleaning. So there's a lot of noise in the main school area. So I would look for a quiet area, and I noticed she used to go there. So I started just going there. And that was a quiet area. So I would go and I'd read, and Richie, I would read in advance. Like I would read ahead of the teacher. I would always just, I was just fascinated, so I would just read ahead.
And let me ask, what is it that is driving you like this? What's the goal?
Good one. During this time when I'm going back, there was a time I was supposed to go back to school, and my mom didn't have fare for me. Our fare was, Richie, 100 shillings from Nakuru town to Solai. Then I would have to walk for 5 kilometers into the school, right? Or sometimes when it's school opening day, the transport used to be very nice because they would take us all the way to
The gate.
To the gate, because it's all of you are going to the same, so they would do that for us, right? And I only needed 120, I almost said 1,000, 120.
Hey, we know where the story is going.
I only needed 120
Shillings.
Kenya shillings, yes.
Wow.
And that's
$1.
€1, yeah.
It's more.
It's less than €1 actually,
yes.
$1 here. And that's all I needed. And my mom didn't have it. So she picked up the phone. We were still in our one-roomed house, right? She picked up the phone. She had a Motorola back then. Amazing phone. She had a Motorola. And because of her work and touching water and everything, it was always on loudspeaker, right? And she called one of my uncles. You should remember the uncle who said, I'm now your dad. Anything you need, and all that story, right? And she called him. And she said, hey, I have Ciddy here with me. And she's going back to school, but I don't have fare. Can you send me something? And Richie, this gentleman said, we also have kids who are going back to school. And I had it. And I saw tears coming from my mom's eyes. And she just said, okay, and then that was it. That's when I knew we were alone.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. That conversation changed a lot, right? My uncle had just come back from England. He was living in England for a while. Yeah, he was a very senior professor in one of a very respected universities here. Yeah, and when I had that, I knew there was no way back. Right? I knew we had to make it somehow. Yeah.
So for you at this point, education is your only chance, only route.
Only route. Only route. And even within the ping pong of in and out of school, I'm still hitting the hundreds, by the way. Because even when I go home, you know what I would do? I would pack my textbooks and I would go and read at home, and I would come back and I would still smash it. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. wow, that's actually all I can say. I mean, that's heavy.
Yeah.
You so it's such a quagmire. I don't even know how to explain this. Your driving force, sometimes when you have money, you have options. You don't have to do too well in school and you will still somehow survive.
Yeah.
But for you, you're looking at your mom. She doesn't have 100 bob to send you to school. Your name has been called out of school so many times.
I used to consider it as outing.
Number two, unfortunately for you, you no longer have the breadwinner, your
Yes,
dad in the
yes.
house. So that option has gone. And then number three, the person who's told you, don't worry, from today I'm your dad, that was just words that he said. When rubber hits the road and it's time to action that,
Yeah.
you realize, nope,
No,
your mom can't help you. Your dad's not there to help
not
you.
there.
No one else is
No
helping
one
you.
there. Yeah.
It's you for yourself.
Yes. Remember when I said the pin drop silence?
Yeah.
It was literally there. Everything faded very fast. And it was just us. The big family went to become very small. The gatherings and everything became very small. Business goes up and down. So, that is not, going so well. But my mom is managing because she has me, she has my sister who's in primary school, also coming into high school. And then my younger sister was in kindergarten. But actually, during this time, something happened. I had an aunt, God bless her. I had an aunt who, she was the head mistress to one of the top private kindergartens back then in Nakuru. So, you know what she did? She took my youngest sister to go to this school. So she was going to a posh, very posh, with a school bus. Man, but I had to always carry her to this school bus every day because it used to not come to our area. Just to stop 200 meters away. and pick her up, right? So she took at least part of that burden from because kindergarten is not free. The only free education was primary. And my mom didn't want to distract my sister. Remember, she was in the posh school and we were doing very well back then. So now at least she would worry about me. And with me, there was a little bit of extended family for a while, but then it faded away because of the disagreements. And the disagreement came up way after when there was a pension.
Oh my God. So money becomes always this issue.
Yes. And remember, part of the conversation was that they would support my mom to get the pension because my mom didn't have her national ID. But then it turned out, apparently there was the disagreement over what this money should be used for. The one side wanted the money to be used for the funeral expenses. The other side wanted the money to be saved up because of high school. And because of that disagreement, right, there was a split within the family set. And it was like, you have the money now, you do what you want. So, but remember, my fee is high, is quite high, and it's accumulating with every time I'm going back with a little amount, right? It's accumulating, right? So, it was a lot. It was a lot that I owed the school. I think it was almost every term was around 34 something thousand, if I remember very well. But I never wanted to focus on the amount. I was always just on books and academics, and that's it. So I think this day, I don't know where my mom got the 120 shillings. And remember, this is one way. I don't even have the return. One way ticket, no return, right? So I didn't have the return. So if they tell me go home tomorrow,
You're in trouble.
Where? Walk? Yeah, I'm in trouble. And I remember even trying to sell my we used to get either bread or a bun, and you can sell it for 10 shillings to another student, your own share that you get every Sunday in the morning. You can sell it to somebody so that you get 10 shillings. So I would sell my bread in school so that I get 10 shillings. But how many Sundays do we have in a term? So I would hope that we have 12 Sundays, enough for me to get 120 shillings.
Oh my God.
Or just 100 to get me to town.
Oh my God.
Yes. And that would mean selling my luxury. Remember, we're getting bread only once in a week. Was it once or twice? I think it was once on our Sundays. And it was twice, Sundays and Wednesdays. But I was like, I need one. So I can sell one and still make the 100 shillings so that I have fare back home. But no one knew this back in school.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was illegal. You're not supposed to do any selling.
And
right?
that's if you're not called halfway.
That is, I'm not called halfway.
for
I think
outing.
there was a time I had to do 2 times, like this Wednesday and Sunday, so that in case there's a halfway, but at least the halfway used to be towards the end of
exams,
close to exams or close to the midterm. So close to midterm or close to exam, they wouldn't do it in the beginning of the term. So yeah, it used to give me some time to accumulate enough.
God.
So yeah.
It's funny, not funny. Like, let me say, your story, there are so many people watching this video right now and they resonate with it more than even Hupe. And my push to them is to keep watching because your story is such a beacon of hope.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in Estonia right now shooting this in a random hotel. And when people then get to hear how it is that you've gotten to where it is that you've gotten to, it is possible. Let me add and say, when you said in school that you got 315 out of 500, 317,
yeah,
I was like, okay, that's such a normal grade. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mean in a bad way.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say it's not a for something. So it's not an exceptional grade.
It's not, yeah.
But then now I'm hearing about the exceptional things that you're doing. For example, you and your friend reading, but you are reading in Form 1.
Yeah, she's in Form 4.
Okay. Keep the story going.
Yeah, so in this is Form 1. I'm struggling in and out of Form 1. My aunt has taken my sister, my younger sister, and by some chance, what happened is the owner of the kindergarten started a high school, and they had a high school running. And I remember during one, the high school even had Christmas carols. And I'm like, are you having Christmas carols? Like, which kind of school are you going to? You know, I'm remembering where we are from. And so as I'm struggling in and out, my aunt was very close to my dad, right? They were very, very close. Remember when I used to go to Mass, we would branch at my aunt's place to have like breakfast after the early morning, because we would always do like a 6 a.m. Mass, and then we would branch by my aunt's name. My aunt, she was Muslim, and would chat, and there was that bond still, and she felt very close to us. So what happened is she had a chat. They were very good friends with the owner of the school. I'm talking about Victor Nell. This used to be a very great school at the top of Mlimani area in Nakuru. Really amazing school. The primary school was one of the top performing back then, and then they started their high school. So I remember my aunt talked to her friend. Now the friend was the owner. My aunt was just the headmistress of the kindergarten. But the owner, very and she was called Mrs. Gishuru. I don't even know if she even remembers this or what she did. But what she did was she allowed me to join Form 2 in the in Victor Nell, Nakuru.
Wow.
So I've gone to the posh of the posh, Richie.
Without having to worry.
Without having to worry. So I got a full scholarship to Victor Nell.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a break. Now I'm the one crying. I'm not crying, it's you. That's too much.